They're in here for a month and they're like, Eric, I'm not getting any sales. And I'm like, first, let's think about what are you doing? Well, I'm just posting links on Twitter. I'm like, you're not doing enough. You're not doing enough. Yeah.
That's like waking up in the morning.
It's
if you're an
100%.
artist posting a link of your art to an OpenSea account or whatever, that is literally like saying, I've woken up this morning. Yeah. Cool.
There's two different aspects to this. There's the collectible sort of piece of this where it's feeding your inner 12-year-old when you were shilling cards at the market. Correct. All that kind of stuff. And then there's the businessman who's looking at, and the investor who's looking at the companies in and of themselves.
And then there's also Gary Vaynerchuk, the human being. Let me explain.
Yes, absolutely.
This piece of art is from Lise Bartlett. She worked for me at Vayner. I like her. Her husband worked with me at Resi. She's making a big risk and going on her own. This is expensive by my art standards. I bought it because I love her.
Yeah.
I'm excited because I'm meeting a lot of artists on Twitter and Discords. I'm excited to be the humanitarian. That's how I see it. Or the kind person. Like, I'm excited to buy art based on I like you, the human. My natural instincts around art go much more into like what I'm doodling, which is I care about the Smurfs and Punky Brewster and Max Headroom and RoboCop and TMT. Like, I like those things more than like a beautiful, you know, and
70s or 80s pop culture.
I'm a pop culture guy.
Yeah.
And so I want to do that, which is different than seeing some beautiful sketch or like paint. I don't like Jackson Pollock.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Everybody has their own artistic interests.
And I remind a lot of people who are listening, people are like trying to force people to like a certain thing. It makes me laugh. Like, why?
I think of myself as a coach and a teacher. I invite a lot of artists that are new to the space, come in, talk to me, DM me. Let's talk about this space. They're in here for a month and they're like, Eric, I'm not getting any sales. And I'm like, first, let's think about what are you doing? Well, I'm just posting links on Twitter. I'm like, you're not doing enough. You're not doing enough. Yeah.
That's like waking up in the morning.
It's
if you're an artist
100%.
posting a link of your art to an OpenSea account or whatever, that is literally like saying, I've woken up this morning. Cool. Now what?
100%. Yeah.
My big thing is it's community building.
Yeah. I talk about connection a lot. Not communicating.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. The same exact thing. And it's who is your audience? Find 20 or 30 people that are going to talk to you, going to be with you and act and connect with you daily. That's all you need. 20 or 30 people.
Right. And how much do you care about them versus caring about you? Every artist I'm talking to is like, I want to sell this for $800. I'm like, what's in it for the other person?
Right.
And there's two ways. Again, it's art and commerce.
Yeah.
Is this something that you are going to like? If you're doing this for collecting, flipping, again, and I went through this recently with sports cards over the last 4 years. Nobody gets to decide what another human being. Like, I love how people are like they're trying to be dictators and communists. I'm like, you're telling me I have to collect art for the sake of the art and never sell it? Who gave you that power? I have to tell you to look at this as an investment where you just like having a wallet to display. Who am I? Right. And by the way, I'm going to do both. But I'm going to do mine. It's why I brought up the Elise thing. I'm going to support artists that I have an actual connection to from a human standpoint.
Yes.
Not to their art, because I've never been affected by art that way, the art that I'm incredibly affected by is character creation. Like I bought Magic the Gathering cards when they first came out. I like that's what I
Were you into Pokemon too? Did you buy those cards?
I was a hair, at that point I'd really started my career and I was like 100% trying to build my dad's liquor store. But my brother AJ is 11 years younger. And when he got like massive strep throat and like real sick, I went to the card store, my dad, and bought him a box of the original Pokemon.
Oh my God, yes.
We always talk about that. But yes, I understand Pokemon. I'm obsessed with WWFE. I understand why Disney works. I think, and then I care about like funny little ones like the Snorks or the Get Along Gang or the Wuzzles. So I think everyone gets to pick.
Vond je dit een leuk filmpje? Vergeet dan niet om deze video te liken, een reactie te plaatsen en je op ons kanaal te abonneren, zodat we je op de hoogte kunnen houden